Hello and welcome to Winnipeg for the bronze medal game here in the women's division between the Manitoba Mayhem and the Calgary United. Name is Bryce Burge as we get started here in the first period of this one, as looks to be a thrilling rematch of an earlier game in the tournament where Manitoba took a 2-1 victory to start everything off, but it's Calgary now pushing hard up the right wing, trying to find somebody down in the offensive zone, pushing things down towards the corner where a couple players are going to fight over this one, including the 55 of Dana Gortson for the Mayhem. He's trying to break this one out, but it's going to be picked off once again by Calgary, moving up that right wing, crossing the floor, moving back around the other side of the net. It's going to be picked up by the Mayhem and fed out along the left wing. Forward now, the number 6 of Ireland, Timchek. Gets that one knocked away from her, and here comes the United team right over the middle one more time. They'll turn it over in the neutral zone. 13:46 remaining here in the first. Ball's going to be knocked down in front of the benches and then now all the way down the length of the floor. We picked up in the near side corner in Calgary's defensive zone. Mayhem keeping everything down in their zone, eventually taking control, making sure that they keep possession. That's kind of the goal right now as they chase it down in the neutral zone, pushing it forward. So they'll get a change for their defensive pairing. While the Calgary squad try to put this one back in their offensive zone. Lots of back and forth, trying to establish possession early on in this one. 12:46 remaining here in the first. Couple looks towards that Calgary net. Constant Craig, the netminder for Calgary today, as she's got a lot of looks right up here. The ball still loose near the crease, and now back towards the blue line. That wrister goes wide. Picked up by Calgary, and they'll come back quickly the other direction. That will come out to Juliana Thompson in net today for the Manitoba Mayhem. And they'll try to reset their offense once more, but it's being knocked up and out of play. We'll have a stoppage with 12:03 remaining in this one. And we'll see Juliana Duma from Manitoba heading to the penalty box. Neither of these teams scored on the man advantage the first time they played each other to start off the tournament. They've both found success in different degrees since then, with each team having a couple of power play goals, but Manitoba having a little bit more opportunities to go on the man advantage. We'll see what Calgary can do this time. They'll throw that one towards the crease. It bounces off one of the defenders. Trying to feed that in low for Kelly Stanford, and just no dice so far. That shot goes wide, bounces into the far corner, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Face-off's going to come outside of the zone this time. Kate Stewart to do the face-off duties for Manitoba. She slows down the offense but can't clear it out. So Calgary is going to go on the man advantage here in their offensive zone, setting up their play with 11:24 remaining in the first period. Had a couple of people streaking towards the crease, but that one's going to be popped up high and snagged out of midair there by Juliana Thompson. Face-off is going to be on Thompson's glove side. Knocked towards the blue line, popped up in the air. Still fighting for this one as it bounces back and forth a couple of times before it goes up that right wing of Manitoba as they clear it out of the zone. Still on the penalty kill here. Looking to slow things down, chew up some clock, and a shorthanded goal for the Mayhem. As sitting there all alone on the backside was one of the Manitoba players. And she is able to get the Mayhem on the board early in this one with the shorty. It was a good look there. It looks like it was Elena Mendez that had the assist. Couldn't really see who that was that was able to get down there and sit on that back side of Constance Craig to really get that one in the back of the net. But either way, Manitoba still on the penalty kill as they take a shot towards the crease. That's going to be smothered by Thompson. Always good to see a shorthanded goal early on. I mean, that's really setting a tone now for Manitoba in this bronze medal game as they want to repeat their victory against Calgary United from the tournament opener here at the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals. Both teams fighting for the ball right where the sideboard starts to curve. Eventually kicked back out over towards the other side. Picked up now by Jamie Goislin. Sends that one up. Lots of traffic. Net comes off. And not sure if we'll have a full-on penalty there as the official was racing towards the crease again. Everybody back up and ready to start playing here, at least in terms of a health-wise issue. The game I called last night had both goaltenders down for an extended amount of time in collisions like that. So happy to see Thompson back up on her feet. And the ball is going to be moved out of the zone. Pretty much everybody heading back to their benches at this time. With about 10:09 remaining here in the first period. And there will be a penalty against Calgary that time around for interference with the goaltender. So we're to a 4-on-4 for a couple of seconds here as the penalty against Manitoba is now over. And the Mayhem are going to go on the power play. Ball comes out of the zone and stopped. Looks like they're changing the ball there. So we'll have a face-off from the Calgary defensive zone. Angie Cirilli to take the draw for the Mayhem. Craig trying to direct traffic just a little bit there from the crease before the face-off is dropped. One there by Manitoba. So they'll bring this one out to the blue line. One-timer is deflected by the defense and then cleared out of there by Craig and Mars. Mayhem having to chase this one down all the way near their extended goal line. They'll run it right up that right side wing, entering the zone, dump and chase to herself. As they try to feed it over the middle, they'll rotate it to the back side. Back and forth, trying to cross over the middle, and nothing going right there. It's going to come over towards the near side wall. Chased down by Manitoba. Picked off there by Emma Neff and sent all the way down the length of the floor once more with 9:06 remaining here in the first. Manitoba up 1-0 thanks to a shorthanded goal last time. And now they're going to go chase this one down. Constance Craig really far out of net there. It was almost covered by one of the Mayhem attackers. But Calgary able to get it out. They'll cross the blue line once again. Try to pound it around the corners. Get set up. Now sending it across to the other side. Looking for Brooke Anderson there. Now out once again towards Dana Gortson. She'll put that one down low. No dice there either. Jade Bragg back into the offensive zone. Looking on the back door. Down low. Has a good look. Can't get something the first time, but the second's going to go through. And Manitoba is up 2-0 with 2 special team goals early in the first. Jade Bragg had fed that one forward to Kate Stewart, who was able to dance around. The first attempt didn't go in on the left side, was able to move that ball towards her right and put it past the left foot of Craig and get a second goal here for the Manitoba Mayhem with about 8:11 to go in the first period. Calgary's going to call a timeout as they try to slow this one down and right the ship. Center face-off gets knocked back into that Calgary defensive zone as they try to clear it out, and they do. They'll bring it across the blue line into their offensive third as this one gets bounded around a couple of times. Eventually settled down by Courtney Beyer. But you can't keep it in the zone. They'll have to retreat all the way back towards the red line. Fed forward, and that's going to be an icing as the Manitoba player wasn't able to cross the red line before dumping it in. 7:34 remaining here in the first. Manitoba up 2-0 thanks to a shorthanded goal and a power play goal. This one's going to be on Thompson's left side. Face off, won by Calgary, kept in the offensive zone. The centering pass picked off by one of the defenders for the Mayhem. Looks like it might have been Sarah McLennan. As that one gets sent down the ice once again into the far corner. Both teams really trying to knock this one away. Finally being brought into the middle for a turnover. Shot deflected by Craig. A little bit of an overrun there by Katrina Armstrong, and Mayhem are going to chase this one down. 7 minutes to go in the first. 2-0 Manitoba as they start their offense once again on their left wing. Right over the middle, straight down Broadway. Couple of looks there for Gortson. She'll have a give and go, and they might have overhandled that one. So they're just taking that one straight to the crease, looking for something, maybe like a give and go to open things up a little bit, but didn't work out that time. And Calgary back on defense. Mayhem streaking down in low, deflected by the defender right into the breadbasket of Constance Craig. And she's able to get the stop with 6:26 remaining. Not a lot of offensive looks so far for Calgary. They've been able to get the ball into their offensive zone, but besides the couple of opportunities there on the power play, which really weren't the highest quality so far, but they've got some opportunities there to build upon once they move forwards. The officials giving the two players in the faceoff circle a talking to real quickly. That's Jenna Kirkwood from Calgary and Angie Cirilli from Manitoba. Off the draw, cleared out by the United. They'll send this one down. It's slow enough to be able to run that one down. As the teams fight for it on the near side boards, wrapped around the back side of the net. That's the 21 of Rachel Roshett. And her pass is picked off by the defense. Calgary's got to chase that one down and send it back towards the near side corner. Couple players from each squad fighting for this one up along the boards of 5:47 remaining. Wrap around. Can't get that one to go. Net's off again as there's a big collision near the crease. Chelsea Karpenko with the shot down low before getting knocked down and creating the situation that knocked the net off its mooring. Face off, won by Stanford and Calgary. So they send that one back behind the net, only to turn the ball over on a bad pass. And here come the Mayhem up their left wing and into their offensive zone. 5:23 remaining here in the first. Manitoba is up 2-0 against the Calgary United. Quick stoppage in play here. Both teams getting some fresh players out on the ice. About 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Getting ready for the face-off down in the defensive zone of Calgary, who's now on the power play, or the penalty kill once again, setting up in that diamond formation. Last time Manitoba was able to find that backdoor look and plug one in. And they'll try this one again. Batani throwing this one forward and into the zone for the Mayhem. Less than 5 minutes to go here in this opening frame. Jade Bragg walking it up. Shot top shelf, no dice. Redirected into the far side corner with 4 minutes to go here in this one. Another attempt to pass it down low is off target. It's going to come back out towards Bragg again. She'll feed it into the near side corner. Looking down low, streaking attempt, knocked away, and that one's going to go high and down the length of the floor. Both teams will get a change here on the penalty. And looks like Gortson fell down a little bit of extra contact here by both teams, and we're going to get a penalty here. Maybe a couple as Maggie Matani might have retaliated for a previous shove, and the old adage is always true. It's never the initial contact, it's always the retaliation that seems to get called. So we're going to see somebody go to the bench, or excuse me, the box once again, and we're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey for a little bit. With that last penalty being against Manitoba, we'll have the face-off brought down into the Mayhem's defensive side. Face-off knocked around to the other side of the floor, picked up by one of the Mayhem defenders. They'll clear it out towards the neutral zone. After a quick stick fight between two of the players on the near side, that ball's going to go all the way back behind the net. Picked up, brought out, intercepted by the Mayhem. They rotate back along. They'll send it backwards. They'll keep possession, but they don't really have to push too hard to do much of anything. So they'll send this one down the floor and get a couple of fresh players on the ice. 2:34 remaining here in the first, and it's an offsides. Face off just outside the blue line. Heads towards the center dot, where it's going to be picked up by the Mayhem, who's going to send this down the length of the floor. The penalty is over for Calgary United, so they'll go on the power play, bringing this one across the blue line just long enough to get on sides before dumping it into the near side corner. 2:11 remaining here in the first. The Mayhem now on the penalty kill. Not only did they kill off their first penalty, they scored a shorthanded goal the first time that they had to deal with the man disadvantage. Rotating towards the crease. The pass is a little bit wide to the right. Attempted a wraparound, and this one's knocked off the moorings once again. A hard slam from that shot knocks the entire net off its moorings, and we'll have a stoppage in play to fix that. Both teams getting a change as well, with 1:47 remaining here in the first. Faceoff's going to be on the far side circle. That's the blocker side of Juliana Thompson in net for the Mayhem. Shot comes low, rebound opportunity. Thought about coming to the backside. Good defense there by Katrina Purdy to shut down that wraparound look. The ball gets stopped once again. Face-off will be in that far circle once again. 84 seconds remaining in the opening frame. Mayhem up 2-0 against the Calgary United. Calgary throws this one towards the crease again. Got a player down low. Another one to come in and help. Still just Mayhem in the crease. Thompson's laying down. All kinds of help from the Manitoba defense. Keeps this one out of the back of the net. But Thompson is without a stick at this point. We'll try to pick this one back up as the ball comes in the near side corner with a minute left to play in the first. Trying a little give and go there, but it's going to be poked away and picked up by Thompson. Good look there by Jamie Goislan to try to run basically right up that extended goal line. Didn't work out, but has the opportunity to create some looks here in the future. As we'll get a quick stoppage and play to wipe up some moisture on the court. Ball comes into the near side corner and rifled out of the zone by Armstrong. Quick play there by Calgary, keeps it onside. Ball is deflected high and up and out of play. Clock stops with 34 seconds remaining in the period. Face-off comes to the near side dot. Chelsea Karpenko will take the face-off for Calgary here. Face-off won by the Mayhem, specifically the forward of Julia Bird, winning that one for Manitoba. Ball gets caught up still at the blue line. Manitoba just trying to get this one out of the zone and sent down the floor. Calgary trying to get some offensive looks here before the end of the first. Crossing the blue line with it is Goislan. Back up to the top. Rotates around. That shot goes wide into the corner. 20 seconds to go. Over the middle, picked off there by Armstrong, and still send this one down the entire length of the floor. And that will do it for the first. Manitoba, courtesy of a power play goal and a shorthanded goal, is up 2-0 against Calgary United in the women's bronze medal game. Back at it here to start the second period. Manitoba finds themselves up 2-0, but down a man to start the second as we get kicked off with a face-off won by Calgary United. They'll try the left wing this time, moving into their offensive zone with about a minute to go in the penalty against the Mayhem, and that one's going to be stopped courtesy of Juliana Thompson in net for Manitoba. Face off is going to come out towards her blocker side on the near side circle. Face off duties handled by the number 26 of Karpenko again for Calgary United as they try to set up once again with the opportunity to get back into this contest with a power play goal. Instead, it's going to be mishandled, come out towards the red line. Aggressive forecheck again, slowing things down, trying to milk the clock as that shot goes wide, bounces off the corners, and we're back to full strength 5-on-5 hockey here at the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals from Winnipeg. Still a good attack coming from Calgary as this one goes back towards the crease. More offensive looks here just in the first minute of play than I felt that we had the entire first period for the United group of Calgary players. And it looks like they got a little talking to, getting some energy back here in the second. See if Calgary can keep this up with Emily Gervais taking the face off for the team in blue from Calgary. Rotating the other side of the floor. Bounced around a couple times before the Manitoba Mayhem get a chance to break this one down the left wing and into their offensive zone for the first time this period. Quickly turned over, and Calgary's going to go back the other way with it. Gervais trying to create something up the middle. Nothing looked good that time, and she turns it over. Picked up by Calgary in the neutral zone. They'll send this one centering pass just off target. Redirects into the near side boards with 13.5 to go in the second. Bouncing around, comes up high, snagged out of midair by Jacqueline Miller. She'll throw that one down on the ground quickly where it's chopped at and goes the length of the floor for an icing. 13-16 left here in the second period. Manitoba up 2-0 against Calgary. Face off on the near side circle in Manitoba's defensive zone. Kelly Stanford taking the draw for Calgary this time. She's got possession, but it comes out of the zone. United's going to have to reset their offense. Gets onside. Now back behind the goal with it. Centering, looking for a cross. Tries the 5-hole, but it's smothered there by Thompson. She's able to get her glove over the top of the ball that time. With about 12:53 remaining here in the second period. Manitoba getting their last player in place before the face-off on the near side circle. Back out towards the blue line. Now over towards the crease, where it's picked up there by Katie Matula, one of the defensemen for Manitoba. Her pass is off target, picked up there inside the zone, streaking towards the net is one of the Calgary players. It's still loose and eventually knocked out towards the blue line, fed right back in by Jacqueline Miller. We'll have a penalty upcoming here as there's some extra pushing and shoving, but that Manitoba player falling on the ground, it should be a penalty against Calgary. With a little over 12 minutes to go here in the second. will put the Mayhem back on the power play as 2 minutes goes up on the board. So 10-16, if no goals are scored, is when we'll go back to even strength hockey. Of course, if a goal scored, will be a little sooner, but that will be the time that Calgary is back to full strength if they're able to kill this one off. Power play looking good so far for Manitoba as they set this one back up towards the top. One timer deflected, another rebound shot, and that looked dangerous. They had two players in great positions. Amazing rebound control there by Constance Craig is what keeps that one all off and into the field of play here. 11:36 to go. This one gets sent down the length of the floor to be picked up by Jesse Dykowitz. She'll start the offense once again, coming up the near side. Lots of contact there as Manitoba's trying to get it over the blue line and stay on side. Good effort there by Mackenzie Losberg to try to force a bad pass. Again, looking to kill off the penalty until Calgary can be back at full strength. Manitoba gets it across the blue line, gets onside. They turn the ball over promptly. Going towards the net, looking for a shorthanded opportunity is Goislund. She's not able to find the back of the net, though. And Manitoba's going to try this once again, crossing the red line along the near side boards. Chasing it down towards the net. Shot by Gortson is going to be stopped there by Craig and stops the clock with 10.5 to go. Both teams being more aggressive this time around, really attacking the net, streaking towards the crease, looking at creating those one-on-one opportunities and see if they can catch Craig or Thompson napping in some way or finding a spot, maybe abuse some of the rebound control. I mean, obviously, Craig has done an amazing job here on the penalty kill so far. She's avoided 2 potential goal opportunities by just having better rebound control, but this time a long pass picked up, shorthanded shot, and we're back to even strength hockey here as the ball comes back down. Back and forth they go. Shot, rebound, and that's going to come out towards the blue line. Picked up by the Mayhem, right over the middle, now the left wing. And that's going to be redirected in the corner away from Matula. 9:42 remaining, almost halfway through this second period. Manitoba up 2-0, courtesy of a couple of special team goals. And that one's caught midair and nothing really doing. So Craig's just going to hold on to that one and set up the face-off. Manitoba with the ball behind that extended goal line. Good defense there by Misty Seastrom, really giving the business to that Mayhem player as the ball comes loose and is being fought for by both teams in the near side corner. 9 minutes to go. Mayhem trying to send this one out to one of the players near the top of the crease. Instead, it gets redirected towards the far side boards. Looking to try to feed that one into Solinsky. Nothing going there for the Mayhem, and they're going to have this one go down the length of the floor for an icing against Calgary. Face off still loose along the near side boards. Coming out towards the red line, poked around by both players from both teams. And fed right back in by the Mayhem. Chased down, now looping back behind the net. And we're going to have a penalty upcoming. A slash. Didn't see who the guilty party was, but we're back towards the power play with 8:12 on the clock. 6:12 is when we'll get back to even strength hockey, assuming no goals are scored. Looks like this one's going to be against the Mayhem as the ball gets moved all the way down the floor and into the Calgary offensive zone. And this is the kind of moments that Calgary is practiced for here in the hopes of getting back within one. Manitoba, though, on the other hand, has killed off all three of the power play opportunities that they've had so far and have a shorthanded goal. Mayhem trying to feed this one outside the zone. It's far enough where Calgary is going to have to reset their offense and get on the right side of the blue line. They'll push up the left wing. Sends it back up top for Jacqueline Miller. He'll send that one towards the crease, still loose. Picked up once again by Karpenko. She'll dance towards the center. Fighting for it down low near the crease. And a great play there by Manitoba. They got an opportunity here on the shorthanded look as well. And so they're going to drive this one in the corner. It's actually Craig coming out to play this one, going heads up against Kira Prosick. And she does just enough to keep that one away from being a second shorthanded goal of the contest for Manitoba. For the Mayhem, though, they're looking at killing off this penalty just a little bit further. They've got possession within their own zone. Chasing it down now towards the near side, or the far side corner. Rotating around, bouncing it off of a player, and there's going to be a penalty here against the Mayhem again. Looks like it's a cross check. And a second player is going to go to the box here. So let's see how Manitoba looks on the 5-on-3. They haven't had to face one of these yet in this tournament. They'll clear this one out and all the way down the length of the floor. 6:30 to go. They'll have one player coming out of the box here shortly. Just a couple of seconds to go. Shot deflected down and cleared out by the Manitoba defense. They'll come crashing into their offensive zone here, getting a couple of changes as well. They're back to just a 5-on-4 disadvantage here. Waiting to see if Calgary can move this one forwards. Cross floor pass, looking for Losberg on the left wing. Sends this one back, and United still trying to get on the same page so they can cross that blue line and get back on sides. 5:37 remaining in the second. Manitoba up 2-0, but they're a man down here. The Mayhem continuing to create chaos as they push up the right wing. Spending a lot of time in the offensive third here with the ball as Juliana Duma continues to go straight up. A little bit of a shoving match straight up with Craig as that net's providing no shelter or safety for Calgary to set up their offense and get things going along. They're able to send this one forwards, but it's going to be picked up easily there by Juliana Thompson and stop the clock with 4:57 remaining here in the second period. Face off still being fought for by both squads as it comes to the far side boards, and the Mayhem is able to feed this one forward once again. Pushing this one all the way down. Craig trying to play this one. She'll send it up alongside the boards to her teammate, number 27 of Heather Burzins. And she gets the ball knocked away from her. 2-on-2. Now 3-on-2 in favor of Calgary, fighting for possession in this one. As they send this one down the length of the floor or back to even strength hockey, it looks like. Good job by the Mayhem to kill off that penalty, keep things a 2-0 advantage for them in this bronze medal game in the women's division at the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals from Winnipeg. Mayhem trying to push this one across once again. Lots of contact, which creates a 2-on-2 the other way. Calgary can't do anything with it, though, and the ball's going to be picked up by Manitoba and brought back into their offensive zone. Defense will get a change. A couple players out there to try to keep possession for a little bit longer for Manitoba. Stanford with it in the corner, and now just throwing the United players straight up in the boards, just using that big old left paw and slamming her into the back wall is Dana Gortson. And she's going to be going to the box, and this one might be longer than 2 minutes. We'll have to see what the scoreboard says here after this penalty is accessed, but that was one heck of a shove off. And they might have actually called offsetting penalties there, because that one is just left in the zone against Calgary, and they're just going to ice this one and send this one all the way down the length of the floor with 3.5 to go. Face off near circle. Gervais with the honors for Calgary United. She'll chase this one down in the corner. Rotates back up and into the far side. Mayhem chasing it down, trying to center a pass. Bouncing off a couple players before it comes into the near side boards. One player from each side chasing it down, trying to keep possession of it is Katie Purdy, who just drop kicks that stick away from Gina Munford. And these women are here to play. Ball's going to be cleared out. And we'll see a penalty for interference. Who would have thunk on that? I feel like the last 3 minutes of play here can best be summarized by a great quote from the Disney animated film Emperor's New Groove. And that's no touchy. Because this is getting slightly ridiculous in terms of just how much of the holding and trapping up against the boards and grabbing each other's sticks. This is getting pretty intense as faceoff's going to be in Manitoba's defensive zone. Both teams wait to see how this one continues, as now there's 2 players in the box for Manitoba, and Calgary's back on the power play. Face-off is going to be handled by Mackenzie Losberg for Calgary United. Still looking to get on the board, as there will be about 35 seconds remaining in the second period when the penalty is over against Purdy from Manitoba. Calgary rotates around, can't get the ball down low enough for a shot. Comes wrapping around the other side, plugging and poking away, and Calgary gets on the board. Jenna Kirkwood on the back door, finally getting that one past Thompson, who was kind of on the ground trying to rotate around. You could see her when she got up, she kind of relaxed back into that natural position of hers, where she was just trying to sprawl and keep things flat. No easy slide-ins, but Kirkwood able to pop that one up and over to make this a 1-goal game once again with 1:48 to go in the second period. Getting ready for the face-off once again right here in the middle. A little bit of extra confusion because of the extra time on the clock from the penalty. And now Manitoba Mayhem are going to push this one in their offensive zone with 1:42 to go. Big save there by Craig. We'll have a face-off here once again inside. Offensive zone. Manitoba pushing again. On the far wing, Calgary takes over. Past the benches in towards the net that they just scored on moments ago. Calgary setting up in the far side corner. Leaving it back for a teammate over towards Miller. Collapsing, looking for somebody up top. That's Misty Seastrom, the defenseman. Gets a pass down low. And that's going to be cleared out, but it's going to be brought back for an icing with about a minute to play here in the second. Face-off's going to be on the blocker side of Juliana Thompson in the near side circle. Sent to the boards and fought for by Courtney Byer and a couple of Manitoba players. Comes out towards the blue line, rifled in by Miller. No dice there. They'll keep it onside. On the far wing this time, feeding down low. Shot wide, rebound, picked up towards the crease, deflected by the defender. And Manitoba is going to get this one out of the zone and set up their offense. Coming in 2-on-1, leaves it for the trailer, shot, and a big save there by Craig into the near side boards. Couple seconds remaining here in the second period. Emma Neff and Calgary United trying to break this one out of their zone and get one last offensive opportunity here in the period. They're not able to do anything with it. It's going to end the second period. Calgary gets one goal closer, and Manitoba still up 2-1 here in the bronze medal game of the women's division. Getting ready to start the third period here in the bronze medal game between the Manitoba Mayhem, who wins that draw courtesy of their forward, number 13, Angie Cirilli, as they get started on the offensive push. Cirilli now crossing the blue line, gets a nice hit against her, which slows things down just long enough to allow Heather Burzins to get the ball and send this back down the floor the other direction for Calgary. Her outlet pass is just a little bit too far, and the ball will be brought back down into Calgary's defensive zone with 14:40 remaining here in the third. Calgary was able to get within one thanks to a power play goal near the end of the period. See if that momentum continues, as last period they really came out hot. Instead, it's going to be Manitoba going towards the net, looking over empty crease, and good help defense by United clears that one out of the zone, which was desperately needed based on that diving attempt by Constance Craig to poke that one into the corner. United looking up that left wing this time, dumping it in and being chased down by Manitoba. Katrina Purdy this time, getting her stick on this one and sending it forward. Looking for Matula. And it's going to be deflected up and into Calgary's bench with 13:42 remaining. Both teams taking a second to get some fresh legs out there. Now, it looks like we've got a penalty against one of the United players, maybe a too many men on the ice type penalty, as the Manitoba Mayhem go up a man with 13.5 to go. They've got the ball inside their offensive zone right now. And a big save there by Craig. Keeps this a 1-goal game. Face off on the near side. One by Manitoba, comes out towards Matani. We'll send this one around the horn, back up top, and it's going to be deflected up and into the rafters. Face-off's going to be on Craig's glove side this time. So really back in the face-off circle for Manitoba. Mayhem send this one back out towards the point. Armstrong now down low and deflected up and into the netting. Might have been a high stick on the deflection attempt. It looks like the face-off's going to be moved out of immediate danger and past the blue line to be right in front of the Calgary bench. Cirilli wins the draw again, but the ball crosses the red line, so Manitoba's going to have to set up their offense and avoid the offsides once more. Good job there by Calgary to slow things down. That's the 21 of Rachel Roshett. Now the Mayhem are able to get it across the blue line and get onside with 12.5 to go. Calgary able to clear this one down the length of the floor. Gets a change. The quick passing there by Manitoba keeps this lodged in. Calgary's going to have to chase it back behind their net. Looking for a way to break out of this one with about a minute to go in their penalty. And able to rip that one out towards the scorer's table and into their offensive third. Manitoba gets a change. Picked up there over the middle by Mendez. She'll go crashing towards the net. Can't get a pass to her, so Manitoba will slow things down with 11:40 to go. Back to full strength hockey, 5-on-5. As Calgary kills off the penalty. Now they just need to get it out of the zone. Miller gets her stick knocked away from her, and it's going to be knocked out of play. We'll get a stoppage with 11:24 to go in regulation. Calgary, high looping pass to try to get this one into the neutral zone. Can't keep possession once they get the ball there, though, as the teams fight for the ball. It looked more like a Greco-Roman wrestling opportunity there for both teams. Mayhem still with possession. Knocks it in the corner. Picked up there by Proshik. Now to Cirilli. As that one comes into the neutral zone to be chased down by Manitoba. They still have possession with 10:39 remaining. Looking to move over the middle now. Can't keep that one down for Katie Purdy, so it'll be a turnover. Picked up there by Karpenko. She's trying to take a run at the crease. Instead, holds onto it, gets the pass back, and that shot's going to be saved there by Thompson. Good look there by Losberg. Just couldn't connect with the twine and tie this one back up. Face off, knocked into the far side corner. Brought out of the zone by Manitoba. They'll walk this one down the floor and into their offensive zone once again. Calgary trying to push this one back into the neutral zone, winning possession, now attacking the offensive third. Trying to really fight inside the near side corner. Throwing it towards the crease is the 21 of Rachel Roshit. Eventually coming towards the near side board to be picked up by Manitoba. Quick forecheck there by Calgary. Keeps it down low. Emma Neff really being quite disruptive for the Mayhem here. Eventually, Manitoba able to send it down, looking for a quick pass. Ends up meeting Constance Craig to restart the offense on the near wing. Pushing up the right side with 9:06 remaining. Good poke away there by Proshik of the Mayhem. She's going to keep riding that one down behind the net of Calgary, where United's going to try to take this one out and lodge a counteroffensive. Calgary chases this one down in front of their own benches. Still loose in the neutral zone. Eventually picked up there and a shot. Quick look from, looked like Matula, is gobbled up there by Constance Craig, and we'll get a face-off on her right side. Both teams getting antsy. Ready to drop the ball. Comes out over the middle. Good look, just a little bit wide. And it's going to be sent in the corner. Manitoba up 2-1 against the Calgary United here. With possession, feeding it into the corner, a little bit too far, where it's going to be picked up there by Calgary, who turns it over dangerously in the middle. Thankfully, nobody from the Mayhem was there to hold on to that one, and get a quick stoppage in play. So really, once again, running a master's course in how to take a face-off, as she is just doing a great job on the dot today. Ball is all kinds of tied up in the corner. 8 out of 10 position players down there fighting for this one. Eventually knocked behind the net and around to the other side of the floor. Was picked up by Manitoba. Matula. And Matula fighting for this one as it goes out of the zone, chased down. Calgary close enough to that one, courtesy of a good hustle from Jessica Holt. She can't hold on to this one. 6:50 remaining. Manitoba up 2-1, and they take a shot. That one's going to go wide into the corner. Krashik looking for a cutter. Can't find Fritzsche. She'll get a backhand, though, and it goes a little bit too wide. 6:31 remaining. Here in regulation in this bronze medal match. And that one's going to be deflected high and into the netting, protecting the fans here in Winnipeg. Faceoff's going to be just outside the blue line. Dennett Gortson to take the draw this time for Manitoba. But it's going to be Calgary reaping the benefits of that draw. They'll push this one in their offensive zone, chasing down on the left wing. That's Roshit. Rotating along now towards Karpenko. Calgary trying to get this one out of the corner and into some shooting lanes. Now fought for over on the near side boards with Manitoba being victorious. They'll try the right side this time and turn it over. Luckily, it was just a offsides warning. So Calgary will back off, get on side, and yield possession to the Mayhem. They'll try the left wing. Dykowitz, centering pass, can't find Solinsky. Instead finds the big old mitt there of Constance Gregg, and she's able to glove that one with 5:38 remaining in regulation. Face-offs on the near side, so really back in there for Manitoba. So the Mayhem win that draw. Quick shot. Craig coming out, poking it back into the corner. Picked up there by the shooter, Matula. That one comes out to Yarunik. Sends it back in for Solinsky. Everybody fighting for it, including Craig, who's a good 12 feet outside the crease. Manitoba able to hold this one onside. Past the goal line extended into that far side corner. Chasing it down is Ireland Timchik. But Calgary takes this one and feeds it forward. She just gets enough on it so that way they can get a change. Manitoba's going to do the same. Now Calgary's going to have to try to figure out a way to start their offense once again. Crossing the red line on the near side. Dumping it in. Played there and eventually covered up by Thompson. Didn't like the way that Courtney Bayer was coming in close towards the crease, so Thompson will just cover that one up with 4:21 remaining. It's a bronze medal game. This is the last game of the contest and the tournament for these two teams. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. Face off. Once again by the Mayhem as they're able to clear this one out of the zone, but it goes a little bit too far. So we'll try this one again with 4:13 to go. Chelsea Karpenko up against Angie Cirilli. This one won by Karpenko. Quick shot is redirected into the corner, picked up there by the United once again. Taking their time, looking for an opportunity, throws that one towards the net, and nobody was there to really take the pass. It just seemed like everybody was staring at that one, slowly coming in front of Thompson in the crease, and she'll fall on it and stop the clock with 3 minutes of change. Faceoff's going to move to the far circle now. Sent back behind the net. Looking for Manitoba to try to break this one out of the zone. Can't completely get it out of there as it reverses to the far side of the boards. Now down into the corner. Losberg fighting for that one for Calgary. She'll send this to the near side boards where it's going to be one of the Mayhem defenders getting to it first. A dive, a shot, ball still loose. Good positioning for Thompson, who's sitting down but is able to get back up a little bit. And the goal and the equalizer finds the back of the net. Thompson starts to fall down, and it's a beautiful shot to plug the back of the net right there, courtesy of the number 7 of Carly Reeve. And we got a tie ball game with 3:11 to go. Manitoba has not found the back of the net for over 30 minutes of this contest. Both of their goals coming early on special team scenarios as the ball comes in front of Juliana Thompson once again. Makes a quick statement there to Kelly Stanford to defend her crease just a little bit. Either way, we have face off in the far circle. Right back in once it hit the blue line from Calgary into the near side corner. Picked up by Losberg and Holt. Calgary still dancing with this one, not letting any momentum shift back to the Mayhem. But the Manitoba squad is able to break out of their zone, push this one into the neutral area, and fed into the near side corners back behind the Calgary net. Manitoba with this one out towards the blue line for Matani. Nothing happening there, and a streak down the near side boards to chase this one where it's eventually going to be picked up by Matani again. 3-line pass. Gets it over the blue line. Comes out now towards Katrina Purdy. Nothing happening there, so Calgary is going to try to push this one up once again. Cirilli for Manitoba puts this one back into her offensive zone. Rips around the back side. Caught up on the near side boards in the Calgary defensive zone. United players going in there, giving everything they got, trying to clear this out. Don't want to give any easy opportunities as there's a rip from the red line, no dice. Bounces around the far side boards and now in front of the scorer's table. Good look here for Calgary. They get a shot opportunity, and that's going to be handled easily by Thompson. Good look there by Jenna Kirkwood. Just wasn't able to find enough of a clear opening there against Thompson, who has shown to be considerably more agile when she's able to stand up. Both of the goals against Mayhem today, she's been knocked down and off her feet. Mayhem trying to bring this one out of the zone, pushes it into the neutral area. And into the near side corner. Stick fight. Sends this one back behind the net, played out by Craig. Coming back in, down low, no dice. Goes to the far side boards where it's going to be knocked down all the way the length of the floor. And picked up by Brooke Anderson and the Mayhem. Picked off there by Losberg. As both teams fighting for this one in the neutral zone. Coming across the blue line to be chased down by one of the Manitoba defenders. Fed right back in. Dump and chase, picked off. Both teams looking to establish possession. Less than a minute to go here in the bronze medal match. At least in regulation. Shot. Rebound. Couple good looks down low. Bounces back behind the net. Chased down in the corner. Tied up. Eventually coming out towards the blue line. Let one rip. That one goes high. Rebound. Comes back out and all the way down. That looked like it was a good look for the Mayhem, courtesy of Katrina Armstrong, who was able to slap that one in each time. And now just a couple seconds remaining here in the third period of the tie ball game. Both these teams fighting hard. They want to bring a medal home. With only a couple of seconds remaining and the face-off to be set up, the Calgary defensive zone. Might see Manitoba pull their goalie here, put a 6 attacker out there for the remaining couple of seconds. As it looked like Thompson was going to go to the bench. That's what they'll do. They've got the extra attacker out there. Armstrong, Matula, Gortzen, Julia Bird to take the face off. Trying to get this one down close. Still being fought for, and that will do it for the third period as regulation has ended. We're still tied 2-2. We'll have some extra hockey here in the women's bronze medal match. Manitoba 2, Calgary 2. awaiting the face-off here in overtime. A golden goal scenario upcoming for either the Manitoba Mayhem in their yellow and black or the Calgary United in their blue and silver. Face-off, won by Calgary. Moving up the left side is Chelsea Karpenko. They'll put this one into the zone, chasing it down in the near side corner. Bouncing around, rotating back out of the glove side, looking for a shot. That one goes wide, still loose in front of the crease, where it's going to be knocked away. And we'll have an opportunity going the other direction now for the Manitoba Mayhem. Moving up the right wing, looking for a centering pass, bouncing that one off of Craig in the crease. That ball goes into the far side corner. Both teams fighting for this one. Eventually coming back behind the extended goal line into the far side corner, looking for some kind of centering pass. Has an outlook back the other way. Instead, it's going to go off the defender and into the near side corner. 9:13 remaining here in this 10-minute overtime period as the ball is caught up in that corner still. 2-on-2 battle for the ball as they're poking their sticks in, trying to dislodge that away from the Calgary defenders. Wraparound opportunity, deflected away and cleared by the defender. Out towards the Manitoba bench, chased down now by Elena Mendez, who will send this one back into the zone on the left-hand wing. Looking now for Robin Matula, who's trying to find Cirilli on the streak towards the crease, and that pass was just a little bit too harsh. Wasn't able to bring it back down and take a shot. That one is deflected by the defender and into the far corner. Manitoba still with possession, deep in the Calgary zone. Wrapping back around, trying to find, looks like Katrina Purdy. No dice there, and Calgary is going to send this one down the length of the floor for an icing. Mayhem has not really sniffed the back of the net since 8 minutes to go in the first. Both their scores coming from special team scenarios, a shorthanded goal and a power play goal. They looked like they got a little bit of extra life in them now as they chase down the ball on the far side. Jade Bragg trying to find somebody with it. Will go towards the net herself. Backhand off the wall, still loose down near the crease, picked up by the Mayhem again. They'll bounce that one off the near side boards, looking for Mitani. Her shot deflected, cleared out of the zone by the United squad of Calgary, who moves up their right wing and will take their first opportunity offensively to look at the net here in the OT period. Michelle Mars trying to crash the net a little bit later, but Juliana Thompson, once again, sturdy in between the pipes. Face-off's going to be on the near side circle with 7:35 to go. Gortson versus Gervais. Won by Gervais. Was able to chase that down in her near side offensive corner. Rotating towards Roshit. Still with the ball, trying to find a pass. Nobody really open. She sends that one down the floor just a little bit out of the zone, but possession stays with United. So they try to cross around and ends up sending this one to neutral zone purgatory. Eventually picked up there once again by Calgary and Emily Gervais. She gets the ball knocked away from her as the ball goes back into the neutral zone. 6:53 remaining in this one. And Manitoba's going to take it at their own blue line. Katani up towards Gortson. She'll take a shot at it, and it's going to be fallen on late by Craig. A little bit of extra bumping and shoving down the crease there after the play had stopped. 6:34 remaining in overtime. Next goal means a bronze medal for the team that scores. Face-off upcoming, near side circle. Won by Manitoba. Trina Armstrong trying to center the pass. Picked off there by Calgary. They'll bring it out of the zone once more. Bouncing around a couple of times. And now into the far side corner in Manitoba's defensive third. They'll clear this one using the right wing. Katie Purdy. Now back to one of her defensive mates who's trying to fight off two United players. Shot down low. And Craig is able to rotate onto her left-hand side and seal that gap with 5:54 remaining here in overtime. Julia Bird to take the face off now, this time for Manitoba. She'll lose that to her Calgary counterpart as United chases down this one behind their own net. Good contact there as both teams fight for possession. Now coming out towards the red line for Manitoba. They'll throw this one towards the crease. Good job of the defense to knock that one away from Jade Bragg. She's not able to get anything on it, and a high stick warning coming up. It's going to be picked up there by Calgary. Now on their offensive side, poked away at the last second and picked up by Robin Matula and Manitoba. They send this one into the zone and chasing this one down, but it's going to be a little bit too far and out of reach, so it'll be an icing and brought back down into Calgary's offensive zone. 5:03 remaining. Karpenko against Bird. Face-off comes into the corner. Picked up there by the Mayhem. They'll cross the floor. Look to play it off the board in front of their own bench, and they'll move this one down the floor. Picked up by Calgary. That's Losberg entering the offensive zone of the United. She'll slow this one down, and it's going to be knocked away. Turnover, picked up by Losberg again. Going into that corner, waiting for some help, looking for a cross. The net is considerably off and crooked at this point. And finally, we'll get a whistle from the official. Lots of energy here. It looks like the start of the first game of the tournament, as all these players leaving it on the floor here in Winnipeg. Face off from the near circle. Shot goes wide. Karpenko still trying to keep this one in their offensive zone. She's down low. Can't get the pass to her. Instead, she'll have to chase it down. She'll let one go. Weird angle, though, so it goes across the crease and chase down in the near corner. Calgary keeping possession. At the red line, sends it back over towards the defensive pair. Back and forth in the neutral zone they go, setting up whatever attack they're looking for as they get some fresh legs out there. Coming over the middle, looking for an opportunity and sprawling on the ground is Kelly Stanford. Can't get a good look at the net, though. Calgary keeping this one in the zone. .316 remaining. Calgary trying to push on that left side. Manitoba chasing this one down. Jessica Holt steals that one, takes a wraparound, another push, and a good job there by Juliana Thompson to seal that gap. Both goals scored by Calgary there in the third period, or excuse me, at the end of the second and beginning of the third period. Juliana Thompson was down on the ground, kind of similar to that one. Thought we might be seeing our third goal for Calgary there, but Thompson able to keep that one out of the net. Shot from the blue line goes wide. Fought for along the near side boards, now into the corner. MNF gets taken out by the official, and that's enough of a disruption to slow down this offensive push from Calgary, who have been going hard at this point. Now a diving swipe to keep that one away from the crease. United keeps this one on side. Over towards the near side boards. Left up for Munford. We'll send that one towards the crease. Doesn't hit anybody, so it'll be picked up in the corner by Silverthorne, and she'll put that one towards the net, and it's going to be smothered by Thompson. Less than 2 minutes to go here in this overtime period. Still tied at 2. And the faceoff's going to be on the far side of the floor. That's Juliana Thompson's blocker side. Face-off won by Manitoba, who tries to get this out of the zone. But it's pushed right back in by Calgary. 1:49 remaining. Vitani doing everything she can to keep that one locked up and away from Losberg and Karpenko. We're waiting patiently to try to take this one away. Instead, it's Vitani leading the charge. 3-on-2, the other direction. A give and go. Looking out over the middle, and a solid defensive stand there slows that one down. Picked off once again by the defender. That's Calgary moving up on the near side. Jacqueline Miller sending it forwards now towards Rachel Roshett. 70 seconds to go. Manitoba dumping it in, getting a change, getting their last skaters out there for this one. Last minute of play in the first overtime period, trying to get this one out towards the neutral zone. Calgary crossing the blue line, moving up the right wing, taking a shot. That one goes wide. Picked up along the far side boards right there in front of the Manitoba bench. Beating it down low for Gervais, who's fighting for it in the corner up against Matula. Matula takes that one away. Can't get it cleared though. 30 seconds to go. Fighting in the corner. MNF now getting in there and taking possession. That shot goes just wide. A friendly bounce can't be taken by Calgary. Instead, Manitoba is going to go back the other way. A streaking opportunity and a big save by Craig. Gortson can't get it past the netminder. 5 seconds to go. Another shot. But in front of the crease, comes out, and that will do it for the OT. Still tied at 2. And the first face-off, or excuse me, first penalty shot, courtesy of Angie Cirilli, is no good. And we'll get a look here for Calgary on the other side. Their first attempt comes up the left wing. Hesitation from Roshit is also no good. Shootout still tied here at 0. Manitoba with it now. Fritchie slowly right side, tries to go left. And that one also stopped once again thanks to the right leg of Craig. Calgary looking to find the twine one more time here in the shootout. The second leg upcoming for Calgary United, coming over the middle. And another big save by Thompson as Karpenko is denied. Round 3 coming up. This time for the Mayhem. Julia Bird. No go. Kick save on the left side by Craig. And we'll see if we have any heroics at the bottom of this round from Calgary. Gervais looked good there, or excuse me, Stanford, but she was inaccurate trying the backhand to get over the blocker of Thompson. So we'll go back down the floor. Round number 4. Both teams scoreless in the shootout so far. The Mayhem taking the attempt this time, courtesy of Robin Matula. A double move trying to go 5-hole. And that is also unsuccessful. Calgary could take home the bronze medal right here. Trying the glove side this time quickly. And stopped again. Meyer has no luck that time. And we go to round 5 of the shootout. Gortson for Manitoba takes a high shot, and that one goes above the crossbar. And no luck for Gortson either. Calgary will try for the 5th time. United on the approach. Dancing. Centers. Still loose, and it goes in! The slow trickler takes the bronze medal for Calgary. Thompson is stunned as Gervais was able to move just enough, dragging that ball and taking the final shot. Calgary comes back from 2-0 to win in a shootout for the bronze medal.